Well, hello, and welcome. This is Jolene, excuse me, with a jewel design. Oh, air bubble. Oh, we're back. Okay, so today we are working on the Altered book. Thought we'd get back into this, a little springy, a little floral, a little wishful thinking. Depending where you are, it's really cold, but sunny or really cold and snowing. And who knows what in between. But last week we worked on the Christmas thing. My December memory keeper, right? We worked on trims, we worked on pockets, little things, right? And so, the front cover, and just sort of try to get myself where I wanted to go. I added fun little things like this once we were done. Added this cute little tag, and made it, a pocket with something in it. Just little ways to decorate things, but didn't get as far as I would have liked. Like this corner got done, and we did some stuff here, and just sort of decorated up some areas. But I haven't got much farther, so this one's going to definitely be off to the side, and it's going to be February, March, and I'm going to be finishing Christmas. So what? But add tabs here, so you can open that up. And this one is sort of a bummer. You have to sort of do that tab on the top, so you could open that up. So cute things I did get added to that. And I still have little bits to sort of finish up and sort of hope for the best there, right? And then I'm just going to have to put it away and put it aside because the pictures are in there and the text is in there. But, I don't know, the rest of it might just be something I work on in July. Maybe it's a little touch of, a Christmas in July type of thing or something. So, to decorate and get ideas. So I thought we'd get back to an old series. It's the Altered book. And if you're new to journaling and paper crafting in the sense where besides taking papers, digital, coffee dyed, scrapbook paper, whatever, and folding them to make your own book, you could actually take a Dollar Tree book or a cheap book, an estate sale book that isn't too old, and you can use the book pages to create your bases and then cover them. Like I have sections that are just covered in coffee dyed papers or Eka dyed papers. And then I have others that are glued together in fun ways. And this is the only one I'm having problems with right now. And creating pockets and tucks to put ephemera in. So 2 pages got glued together. Other pages got folded down. Things got tucked inside. So we've been slowly finding interactive ways to take 4 to 6 pages and doing something fun with them. These have guest check decorated pieces in it that we, made months ago. So there's a whole series on this, so you can go back and binge watch my Altered Books series, my botanical series, and this will be in it. And so I figured today we just sort of get caught up and see how things were sitting. We did this. I did a fun paper stenciled lace flip, and underneath you got to see her. Then we got something unusual, purposely folded it up or cut it off. Well, actually, we folded it up to make pockets here. But, so it showed the next page underneath, but it still had fun pockets of these continuous pockets, I call them. Well, it's one piece of paper, and they're just cut and continued on, so it's almost seamless. But it does have pockets here to tuck in. And then we're going to work on some pieces here that I've prepped. Glue them down, decorate them up a little bit, tuck some stuff into them, and just get into the swing of things again. A little chat and, spend your Wednesday afternoon and evening, seeing what it is to maybe play with an Altered book if you haven't ever done one before. And it's been a while. I've done it with older books. I did one for my daughter. She had a video game or computer game that she loved. And she sent me all kinds of screenshots and characters, and I just sort of made her a game book. There are pages she can write in, but I used an older, 1942 book. It was a little harder, though, because when you start cutting out pages, it made everything a little wobbly. And so sometimes using just a cheap new book that's really weird or off the chute, like, I'm never going to read that, is a great way to do this because you don't really care what's in it. Now, you do take pages out. If you didn't, this would be very thick and would never close. So I think the rule is you use, 4 to 6 pages, and then you pull about 8 pages out. And then you go on to the next set of pages. And so I'll show you here in a moment. I just want to get this one down. I made with you guys, if you go back and binge watch, either in my shorts or in the actual session, I made some cute different clusters and tucks and bands and stuff with things. I was huge into clustering at one point when I was doing this months ago. And I made this cute, I used a section of a time card because we have these cool, you know, vintage inspired time cards. And we clustered stuff on them because I was using bits and pieces from a number of my botanical kits trying to use things up, right? So using up packaging, using up printed materials, and just getting really crafty with things. So I wanted to use it as a tuck. It was a great way to have something sticking out of the book a little bit. Now, I don't think, yes I do. I have laces and, excuse me, like things that are sticking out, but not, we're not too heavy yet on that end. Every so often I do need to add lace in pieces, which, you know, we're getting to that again. So I thought this would be fun. I used 2 of our pastel brads, silver-based pastel brads as decor, which we have slightly smaller ones right now, that both in the warm and the cool tones. So those are sort of cool. Now the ones I think I have in the shop right now are definitely a lot, like half the size it feels like. So they're a little more usable. These are lovely, and I do love them. But they are a little bit big. They're great for larger. I can't win with this thing anymore. I just think I need more glue in here. I always feel like this has to be full. My glitter glue, I never feel like I can get very low in it. And if I do, it just won't sustain its necessities. I cleaned it. I cleaned everything out of this, guys. I cleaned out this. I cleaned out the black part. Cleaned everything out, but I don't ever feel like it. And it's been in the house on purpose so that, you know, there's no cold anything. Like, yeah, I can get it out. As hard as I tried cleaning it, I wonder if it rusted anyway. I had a pin in it that probably shouldn't have been in there. And so now I'm sort of without, and it's irritating me because I don't have anything. And the stainless still doesn't rust, but it also doesn't sustain stability, which is why we use toppers, but I don't know. Okay, I might have to be using, oops, let's take that off. I may have to be using mine. Yeah, our glitter glue I feel sometimes still needs a pin, even with the caps, personally, or I'm just having the worst luck. You know, it's just me. But yeah, I cleaned this out and it came out great, and then I just didn't use it. So of course it got all gunked up. It's not even gunked up. It just doesn't want to come out. Yeeks. Ay, ay, ay. I hate to put it upside down, but maybe I'll do that for a second. Alright, well, to glitter glue we go. It's gonna be my new thing. Glitter glues are great. The toppers work beautifully. Makes it easy to get back in. I made sure I try to sort of warm up my glitter glue today, this morning, because, oh, was it cold. I forgot and left it outside. And it's been 32 degrees, like, by 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Like, oh. Which, okay, I know. That's nothing. Anybody who deals with snow is going, that is super warm. I know. But for a Cali girl, yeah, no. That's freezing for us. Anyway, so I want to line this up on the edge of the paper because I do want these little guys, as cute as they are, to sort of stick out as sort of my tab, lace, you know, extended, oh, that doesn't want to stay though, extended, like, pieces that stick out of the book. But if you glue 3 sides, it becomes a tuck. I have a lot of really large pockets and stuff. I don't have a lot of small ones, so I'm really going to have to work on making things for all these, both big and small pockets. We did do a lot of some fun pieces at first. You know, they were digital papers, and I backed them with different things from coffee dye and whatnot. But I still have, you know, pockets everywhere that need things. So there we go. I've held it down so the warmth in my hands, so it helped activate the glue. Now this side is somewhat noticeable. Oh, I hate to cut that off. I don't really want to, so we're just going to ink it and see if, for now, these are all going to get inked and coffee dyed the rest of these next set of pages, because I am not actually, this is the section of coffee dyed. Every so many interactive pieces, see, that's getting gooey. I am definitely coffee dyeing for writable, and then I'm coming back in and doing more interactive. So I don't want to lose that, but in a moment it's about to become nonchalant. So now, so these are all going to be coffee dyed, so they're writable. Okay, we're gonna cover up all the words with coffee dye pages to make it usable, just like we did here. I've done blue, I've done pink, I've done, you know, multiple colors. I've done just coffee dye, so I guess I'm due to just do coffee dye, I think. I think we're just going to keep it to brown on this round. So this was colorful, and then the next set might be colorful. And then I cut out 8 pages, so you sort of see where the mess is here in the middle, which you can potentially cover that with washi tape. You can just leave it, but it helps sort of take out the weight of the book, so that when you close it with all the new things that you're doing, the natural thickness of inserting pockets and folding down pages sort of takes up those pages you just cut out. But if you don't cut those pages out, then you end up with a really thick book that's so crocodile, you can't really use it. It makes it too hard to open it up and write on things. So that's sort of where I'm at with it. Now, with this set of pages, I went ahead and I slit down the side and then folded it under, or down the back, glued it down a little bit so that I am not messing with it. That's way too much of anything, but we're just going to use it. Since it's leaking, we might as well, right? There we go. Folded it down so that we can make a pocket. Now, these sets of pages that I'm doing right now, I actually rounded the 2 corners. I'm trying to find different ways to, width, length, height, folds, different things to make them sort of stick out from the, say, a standard writing page. Like this one is shorter, so you get to see this one, which is cool. This one sticks out with lace and folds upward. This one, you know, is here. Trying to fold them out, fold them in. This one, you know, opens up and has all these tucks inside. Big pocket here. So we are sort of doing that. Tuck this way, tuck that way, you know. And as we get going, this one's a big tuck here. You know, it will work its way through. So in this case, I slit just down the side, tucked it back. We will glue this down once I get paper back here that I feel is in place. Makes it easier when you can remove this and then glue it down. Because if you try to tuck it under, you make such a mess. Now, normally I would, sorry, I'm just trying to use it up because I don't want to waste glue if I can help it. Normally I just do glue gun, or not glue, glue stick for papers. And then use my glitter glue or my fabric tack to, sorry, it's cold enough that it's definitely having issues. There we go. Get the pressure out so everything drops. I just use this usually. I just use my UHU stick for most of my necessities for paper. If I'm doing paper on paper and I'm trying to create bases, I will use my glue stick. And then if the edges don't hold or get sticky or stay sticky, I will then go back, like I said, with glitter glue or fabric tack and catch the edges. Because usually with glitter glue, you have that we have this lovely thin little tip that lets you get into the edges. And that's always helpful. So let's see, I write it upside down and just hope it doesn't bust. Ugh, jeez. Every once in a while, I get a bad tip. I just won't. It's so thin, it's so little that it doesn't allow me to truthfully get into anything. Now, I didn't cut this right. Sort of a bummer. I could go all the way up there and have this major bottom section, but I think I'm going to come down this way. And I cut some of our European border lace and cut just the ripple. Just the scallop. Okay, just cut the scallop part off, which I love these border laces, and when we had dangles, there's so many layers in here that you can cut all these different pieces out, and you don't have to use it as a straight on lace, but you can cut up and make it an applique, you can cut it and make it a little border. So I figured we could cover the wording with this, and it also helps sort of extend our pocket. Now here in this case, even though it's the exact same piece of paper, it's on the same side, it doesn't have a very continuous feel like some of our other pockets where you can see the design go from one end to the other. It's just a letter on the top half and the florals on the bottom. And so this one is like, yeah. Now the next one on the back side, I definitely could continue up the design up the side of the page, and you really wouldn't know there's a pocket there except for the fact there's something tucked into it. But I think even that one, I flipped it around. Now I made sure to corner the one page, side of the page, that made sense, right? So cornered here, cornered down here to match the best I could the feel of the page. So it's something to keep in mind. It's totally up to you. You could keep it totally square in here and try to line it up, or you can round it the same width and have it match, you know, your... I give up. I think there's something wrong. I wonder if no matter what I do, it is a bummer. I don't know what's up with this thing. I mean, I said I cleaned it all out. I cleaned everything out, and I just don't know what the deal is. I don't know if there's just not enough glue getting in there or what. I mean, I did the hot water. I cleaned it all out, but it does notice that there's still some rusted in here. So I might have a new tip. I wonder if I have a new tip or if this was the new tip, which is what worries me, that this is the new tip and I don't have another one, which I have it hiding here somewhere, so I'll look for it. I've got to look and see if I have another tip. I don't think I do. No, I mean, I squeeze. You would think it would come through, but nothing wants to come through. Ay. Sometimes glitter glues, personally, is more work than it's not always worth all the work. I know we need it and it's really good, but it's all right. Okay, so, but I am using fabric on paper, and whenever you're using the potential of different mediums, the fabric tack is really good for that. You know, glue stick is great for paper on paper. Our glitter glue is good for, you know, paper on paper. It's great, of course, when you want to draw and make glittery designs in things. It's great for tiny corners and, you know, little spaces where you're trying to get a nice tight glue job. And then, you know, you got your fabric tack that lets you put textiles and fabrics on your paper. Let's make sure I get that maybe the right way. Yeah, like any lace, there's a top and bottom, up and down. So there we go. So I thought, you know, I'd bring you along, just tell you what I'm doing with the pages, do a little decor, a little chit chat, working on financial aid for my daughter right now, or trying to work on financial aid for my daughter. It's not as clear cut. I love how everybody calls you and they're like, yeah, we'll help you. And then you get to it and you're like, I guess I don't really need it. Like, I shouldn't ask for like handed to me. But at the same time, I'm so hesitant about things that like credit scores I'm not worried about. But like, you know, filling things out and being obligated and stuck, or, oh my gosh, what did I just sign up for? And I've always been a little hesitant. I mean, there's some things I understand really well. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I feel comfortable. I know what I'm getting into. Okay, well, let's do it. But it's not just me. Like, I'll help my daughter and get her all the information she needs. And if she needs scholarships and stuff, she'll apply for it. She has to fill out the paperwork. I'll make her, okay, fill out the, you know, the application and go ahead and, you know, write up the paragraph or whatever you need to, you know, do it. But, you know, I worry about when it comes to loans and, you know, in some things where I just like, gosh, I just don't want to be obligated to do something that gets us screwed later in life, right? But she's going to have to get, you know, we're going to have to get a loan. We're going to have to get stuff for her to go to school. The unexpected, you know, ness of some things in our lives definitely has made it a little hard to plan anything. So, okay, now my goal was to put these in here. Now, because you do have to lift it up a little bit, get it in there. So that was the goal, to have that in there. So it's a nice big pocket. You can pull it out. And when it's done, you get to see a little bit behind it. So that is that. Make sure everything's nice and tight. Now, inside page here, where on each end of the pocket, there's two pockets, right? But there's a middle. And I didn't want to just glue them together. Now, I could glue it together and make it one big pocket. So you got something here, something inside here, something on the outside. Or I was debating on taking this panel page and, you know, doing the deckled edge around each section of this and gluing it here so that it was just something pretty, where you could add more. You could add a belly band, you could add more pockets, a flip up tuck, whatever we decided to do. I could do a standard journaling decor type page here. So that is a potential for what's in the middle. Haven't decided though yet, right? Something interactive that maybe doesn't require more journaling, or more, what's the word? More ephemera. Okay. Because this will have a writing page beside it. Now on the back side, again, did the same thing. Took a piece of paper, took an end, so you can see, and cut it. But in this case, instead of having continuously going up from one end to the other, I want to be able to see maybe a little bit of the rose still. So I turned it upside down. It is book paper, it is music page paper, and it's gonna be upside down. But as a decorative backside to a pocket, I don't think it's that crucial that we go, we have to have it perfect. I like the fact that, you know, it's in 2 corners. So that's what we're gonna do, right? Let's just make it easy. So again, we're gonna do the inside first so we can get exactly where we want it. So I didn't cut the bottom off because it's going to get tucked in. We're not really going to see it. These pockets are tight enough in their own right that we are not, they're not loosey-goosey and we're going to be able to see down into the pocket all that well. But again, you know, I slit the page just carefully. I'll have to glue that. Folded it back so it's out of the way. Now some people will trim those things off so there's no bulk. Others leave it for, I sort of use it for reinforcement to make the page maybe a little bit more substantial, a little hardier so it's not too flimsy. Now this is a newer book, so the pages aren't old and fragile, which is good. But you do want to keep things as maybe as flat as you can by gluing as much as you can down. So it isn't super bulky and it isn't gonna have any issues. Now, only thing about older books is the more you put in here, we end up with this constant, what's the word? Sort of bend in certain places. And so it is a little annoying. That's the only thing I'm noticing with this poor book. I'm like, ugh. And it's not quite, I'm not making it a lookbook. Sometimes altered books are very lookbook, art book. Something that's pretty to flip through and you don't really use it. You get to look, you get to admire it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Now this one I cut correctly, or better. So it is going edge to edge, or just about. But I think we're going to do some decorating up here and here. To not interfere, of course, with tucking things in, but maybe here and then on the outside. I have some ideas that we're going to use some of those same trims and pearls to decorate with. So, a little to do, but just getting back in the swing of things, right? Getting back into the swing of things, a little getting in the groove. I really wanted to start this Monday, but we actually took it really easy this weekend. Apparently I needed sleep. Cats wake me up all the time. It's cold out, so I'm always, you know, when they wake me up, then I'm checking on the fire, and I kept waking up, and I'd be up for a while, and I'd read, and then I'd fall back to sleep, and we were up late Friday night, me and my oldest. Well, I think we were all up, but me and my oldest were binge watching, 2 Broke Girls. I love that she's getting older, where I can watch a few things with her. She doesn't grasp all of it, or she starts giggling because she's like, she's trying to understand the innuendos, or that she's starting to pick up on the sarcasm of life. So it's sort of fun. Anyway, so she's just, it's 30 minutes. They're not even 30 minutes. We're at 20, 25 minute little episodes. And so we started binge watching that till she fell asleep. And then she crawled into bed and I fell asleep on the couch, and then the cats woke me up. And so I just kept, I'd take care of something and I'd crawl back onto the couch and I'd read for a little bit and I'd fall back asleep. Well, I did that from 12 to 12. So we all finally woke up at 12 o'clock on Saturday, and I was like, I don't want to do anything. It's a 3-day weekend for us. I don't have to be anywhere. So we totally lazied and watched a bunch of TV and movies and just whatever. We just, who cares? We are just going to totally whatever. We did go to bed earlier. I think we all tried to go to bed around 11. Saturday night, though. And by 11, I think, because, Sunday, and I was up by 9 on Sunday morning, so I was trying to get a little bit more done, but I still really wasn't in the mood to do much. I did some things around the house and stuff, but I didn't get into the yard or house that I was expecting, so I think I got ads, or I get some orders done or something. I got something done, but not as much as I could have got done. I think I even visited with my mom for a little bit, so I tried to do more crafty and hang out with my mom, and which we, got some more ideas and supplies to go in the shop, and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to stick this one in. And, okay, it looks like it's holding. I gotta be careful. I have a tendency of putting things in pockets way before anything dries. And I pop things up. Okay, so there's that. So the only reason I'm putting this in here is I want to see where things land, so I can properly decorate this. So this one I want accents of cream and gold. Let's see, my clip of things here, right? So I want to use parts of the cream, and I want to use parts of the gold. These There are waterfall laces that I don't think we have any more of. I think I finally just sold the last of the gold. We've been using a lot of the border laces, which everybody's loving. And if you hear me, I keep responding to it. Of course, if you watched me before, you know what I'm talking about. But if you are new to me and you happen to be catching on it, I guess I should share. Myself and Lorette Chandler at Vintage Paper Girl, my mother, my partner in crime, we created a Etsy shop February of last year and been going strong ever since. Let me see if I can get it to not have a glare. I made the mistake of laminating these. I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe if I can stay, there we go. So designjournalandsupply.etsy.com. It is down below in the show more. If you click on show more under the video, there's a description and it starts chit-chatting, and then you hit show more. Or there's like sort of an upside down triangle V thing to the right hand side of this screen down here under the video. There's a little triangle thing, and it'll open up my description box. And the shops are in there. I do have a digital shop. It is slightly on hiatus right now. Working out some bugs with the new regulations. So I have some on-demand print and ship in the US of some of my digitals. I'm starting to list those. If you've been following that shop for a while and don't see something, but you happen to like it or love it and it's in your favorites, please message me, let me know. I will be able to figure out how to help you out with either a digital and or printed version of it. Because yes, I don't know. I'm still working on that. I don't know when I'm creating new digitals. Like I already created one last year, I think, for Halloween. Gothic Halloween. That's all I ever got to. Right now I'm just working the shop and working this and using up my fun stuff. And I did that backwards, huh? That changed color. Isn't that funny? I'm just looking at it going, that's a little end of whatever. Okay. So I think I was going to go the other way around, but maybe I'll do both. I'm debating on a combination of, I love this top portion, and then there's flowers, and then there's the dangles, and I'm just like loving it all. So I was sort of wondering if using this flower part, and then I could put that up there, and I was going to put pearls and stuff, I think, in there. I have these pretty peachy ones that will pull the color, and I have white ones. I've known to be used just this parts of the dangle, and it's really pretty and stuff. It has a softness to it, doesn't it? I feel like maybe one of my lenses is dirty. Give me 1 second, see if I can wipe off the lens without destroying anything. 1 sec. Okay, maybe it's a little better. Yeah, I think it was just a little, sorry about that, it was a little fuzzy, a little soft angel-like. Okay. Yeah, maybe. Sorry about that. So anyway, I've been known to use like these pieces here, the dangles, to put on tags and tabs and flags and banners and stuff. Those have been fun. I love this part up here, like you saw me do up here in this corner. It's used as a border piece. I'm now seeing the potential of just the flower, right, on the top. So I love cutting this one apart. This is one of my favorites, to just take every possible shape I can find and utilize it. I can't help it. So, especially when I don't have much of this gold one left, I'm like, oh yeah, we're going to use every bit possible, but I want to decorate these up a little bit. I don't want to be too plain. I am going to have to go back and start looking into a lot of the pages and adding more lace and whatnot. So you have to let me know, whether it's on Lorette's channel or mine, if you like this idea of these dangles, this dangle application, let us know. I can put it back in the shop. We have this, I can get the gold, I can get the cream. I don't know if there's a paler pink. We did buy a pink, and it's very bright. Sort of good for Valentine's, actually. Yeah, we had white, we had cream, we had bright pink. I don't know if I said pale pink, but it came out a lot brighter than we expected. And then we had the gold. So we've had a couple colors of it throughout the year. That's been fun. But when you see the potential of where you can cut all these different shapes and sizes and amounts, and even out of 12 inches that you guys receive every time we sell it, there's a lot of potential, to really stretch it and get your money's worth out of it. So I'm gonna do this, and then we're gonna accent it with some. I'm gonna bring it up just a little bit above the line. Not so much it gets stuck up every time we put something in and out. Thinking about putting this one in the corner, just for, I hate to say the word, so just for giggles. There we go. You know what the rest of that saying should be. I'm like, I don't want to take too much longer. But I thought we could get in here, show you my altered book again, get you familiarized with it again if you watched before and you're like, oh yeah, that's what she was doing. Or you're new and there is a series for this one alone, because it's going to be a little bit while longer. This comes out, there's the 8 pages, right? 8 to 9 pages that need to be cut out. Then I have 6 or 7 pages here that'll be my next 6 front and back page, or 3 interactive pages. And then you have to, you know, take out some more, which I know that one's not. Take out these 8, and then, you know, coffee dye again. So I have some back and forth still to do, and we're working our way through it. I'm only technically, I think, halfway through right now. Isn't that scary? I'm like, I think we're only halfway through. These are coming out, so I know what these are. Yeah, so, you know, I'm only halfway through the book, maybe, give or take. And, you know, we still have all of this to do. Now, at some point, no, because of the binding here, I don't really have the ability to cut it. And I do have a book. I do have a cover for it. That once we felt it was good, I would glue it down, glue it to the binding, and we would have some fun with it. So I do have a Amazon paper bag thing to make a pocketed cover and have some fun with it. So I just wanted to make sure I was committing to this, because if not, it becomes a great soft cover, journal cover. So I was like, I'd hate to do it and then find out. Oh, that's what I want to do. Find out that I didn't want to, you know, commit to it. So I love these. We have them in the shop. These are sheets of sort of pre-stickered gems, or not gems, pearls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is there 1, 2, and 3? Oh yeah, we could do that. I guess a little off-centered, but I love these for just quick individuals. They have a little stick to them. If you find that they're coming off, then you use your art glitter glue or your fabric tack. Sometimes this is good because art glitter glue might actually be a little bit easier to work with because it's small amounts, but material on top of material, you know, fabric tack does work well. You just got to give it a moment to dry. So let's decorate those. Little something there. And I want to add the peach to the other side. I'm thinking a row of peach intertwined here might be pretty. Let's see, we keep to the odd numbers. I didn't think about that here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. So let's go 2, 4, 6, 7. Not enough. 9, maybe 11. And to offset the 6 to 6. Yeah, we can try that. I'm like, oh, we can try that. Why not? But these are gorgeous, pink, peachy, really pale rose gold, maybe. But I think it pulls beautifully from the orangeness in the page here. This is a roll of pre-sticky stuff, which, you know, I still have to get it off. It's 1/2 does the other on that one. All right. And again, anything doesn't want to stick or is getting temperamental, you just go ahead and add some glue. All right, I love that. Well, that's actually really pretty. Oh, that's pretty. Can you see that? Here we go. See? Oh, everything's fuzzing. All right. Isn't that pretty? Okay. Little accents, right? I'm trying to get to that. I think we need to make sure I go back. I added lace there. That's a flip. Something that was a lace page. Yeah, there's not a lot. There's some and there isn't. There's some lace here. If there was a spot where I felt it just didn't have a clean, execution or blend, I added some. I don't have a lot in here yet. So I'll have to see. Like that one in between, because the pages came up short, so added the lace under the paper to sort of hide maybe some, miscalculated cutting, which I am famous for. Even though you try to use the edges of all your cutters, I can't still. I still have problems. Really? It's like, okay, so I'm wondering though if I want to do a little something offshoot of it, like a little something here to cluster this corner. But I don't know if I have any. I do have stuff everywhere. That is so not the problem. I did a lot of cleaning, which was great. So now I can just go pull bags and boxes and things. Cream on cream though wouldn't really stick out. I could just put a plop of lace there, but then the cream is just going to blend right back in. So it'd be more if I wanted to put a gold one on here, I would use that cream lace behind it. I think it blends either way, so nope, that won't work. So if I wanted to stand out, like I really want it to stand out, I could put that cream, but I was just debating if there was another potential something to put behind it. Ooh, pink. Pink, 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 pink. I think I have pink snow mesh. I know I have some samples left in the shop, but I'm like, do I? Oh, I do have pink. Ooh, well, it's pink, huh? And this is sort of, well, a little bit. It's actually not that bad. It's not super obvious. Let's see if we can do something here. Go here to give some more texture. It'd be light in there. It's not something I could either go in the middle. If I really want it to all pop, I put it over here, over the rose, because it's darker, and everything would stand out over here. I like doing this. There we go. So I'm thinking this, and then when I get a moment, I have to see what I have. I have to see if a word or something would be, because then I go three pearls here, this here, or a row of pearls. I don't know. Do I do a row of them? That's too tight. Let's see. A little bit more airy. I like the open air. I could go one to the other with the pearls there and that there. In this case, I'm going distance, not so much even or odd. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Oh, that works with our 11 count, right? Okay, then. Well, then apparently 11 is our number today. Today's program is brought to you by the number 11. Sorry, total Sesame Street. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. That was totally, we were telling my daughters about something the other day, and yeah. They're like, oh, everything was good until all of a sudden something wasn't, you know, all of a sudden somebody freaked them out, you know, all of a sudden. I think Elmo wigged out, my youngest. My oldest? I don't think well, no, I think the Tickle Me Elmos went. No, I think my oldest went for the Tickle Me Elmos. But at some point, I think that did throw her off, and it never agreed with my youngest. My youngest is not big on Muppet-like characters. It wigs her out. So she was not Sesame Street. She was not, you know, even Muppets in general was not her biggest thing. I can get her to watch The Christmas Carol, I think, to a point, but that's about it. She did watch Dark Crystal with us, which those villain characters are creepy on even on my end, you know? But if you're in 80s, 90s, I don't know, or 70s, 80s, I don't know what it is. My grandmother knew of them, and she let us watch them when we'd stay at the house, and this is, you know, mid-80s, so the whole Dark Crystal and Jim Henson and his other side, you know, Fraggle Rock and everything else. I had a whole interesting childhood of things we used to watch at Grandma's house, because they'd be on Disney, they'd be on, or not Disney, it'd be Sunday night Disney, right, movies, or they'd be on TV. I watched really interesting ones at my grandmother's house. Nothing bad or anything, but you thought twice about it, right? The little fuzzy characters from Star Wars that were friends with Chewbacca, and I don't know, all kinds of things. But yeah, none of that really excites my youngest. My youngest is like, no, sorry. Didn't excite her when she was younger, and she still goes, I really don't want to deal with that. I wish I had a... Okay, well, that's really pretty. I mean, it feels like it needs one more thing, like offset, to sort of blend it, which would probably be a word. Ooh. What do we have here? We've got Crystals, Thorn, and Elegant. Maybe we'll do Elegant. Oh, yeah, I have two sides. Okay. Let's do Elegant, which I love our ornate words. These are in the shop, to pre-printed, ready to go. Get the whole sheet of words, about 54 labels. They are, you know, these are an ornate labeled everyday word. Now these I think are actually geared towards my... At the time, I had a fashion castle kit that may have come out of the, what do you want to call it? The Cinderella-inspired kit. These may have been in that grouping. Sometimes I do words by themselves, and sometimes they're part of a kit, like a full journal kit. So, alright, I'm thinking something like that. Why not? We're going for it. As you can see, these are my oopsies, too, because I had them... I don't know, it's all kinds of things. But yeah, none of that really excites my youngest. My glued, or I had them printed one way, and I was like, oh, I don't care for that. And so I changed it up, and then I would just print on the back because, well, I'm gluing them down. I know where they're going. With a different color than everything else. So there we go. Look at that. We even decorated a page. I don't think I've done that much decorating on any of the pages yet. So, haha, something new. Well, you get your groove back, right? So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's where I'm going to have to leave you. I do have some things going on, but this way they'll get uploaded. You'll see it this afternoon and evening on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. Oh, January is almost gone, guys. Oh my goodness. We have one more full week to have this rest of this week and all of next week, and then poof, we're on to February. Here we go. So there we go. Large pockets, easily just by folding down a portion of the page, gluing it down behind it. There's a 2 in between. We've got a little bit of decor here, which it may be all I do because I put some more here though, right? But again, large journal cards that are backed. I put them on, these I put on file folder scraps, and I just digital paper printout, glued it onto the back of a file folder, inked it up, and we've got a gorgeous large journal card that helps take over the fact that there's not writing ability on this page. This will be done with the middle, where I think we're just going to do 2 up panels of decored florals. This one's great when you put it in the middle of your signature to get that continuous, and so we're going to sort of utilize that same thing. I might glue it down the middle. We'll try, and if not, I'll just cut it and we'll plop it side by side. I think it's going to get in the way and it's going to pull, so I'm going to have to probably cut it. But I think that's going to go in the middle, and then we've got that beauty. So I'm really stoked about that. Thank you so much for joining me today as we get back into the swing of things. I know they're not super consistent. I'm down to about once a week. I'm hoping to have a beautiful week, and Friday I can do another video and get it up for you guys. Fingers crossed, really do. But everybody's rocking and rolling in the shop, and so you do want your orders. So I need to get those out too. So we'll cross all our fingers, all our toes, and I will get back to you guys with another project. I'll have to see what I can come up with, because I know you don't want to see this inside and out unless there's something really fun I come across for these guys that are really different. Or we'll take scraps and we'll work on ephemera, something. Then maybe we'll make some ephemera or something to put in these guys. Because this one's actually a tri pocket. You get 3 elements here to keep tucking into, with a big one here. So I have a lot of little stuff. Now I do have, hold on really quick. I had something I want to look at. I thought I was going to decorate with them, but you never know. I may decide to tuck them in. Oh, there they are. So I had made some stuff, and so it's something where these are supposed to be clusters and stuff, but you can see as you work your way through, you can tuck, all these different things into them. So that's always fun, have little things that you can work on and, put them inside your little spots. Because we have a few spots where we have little things, and, we want to fill them up. And here I have a, this little guy here, right? I have this right here, and you have the ability to do a side tuck, or, sort of a horizontal tuck in there into the side. So if I don't plop these on pages, maybe they'll get tucked into little areas. So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. See, we've got our tuck here now. Beautiful full page tuck. We have a large pocket here, and a large, beautifully decorated pocket here. And I'm so thankful that you came along and joined me as we work on our altered journal. And it'll be on and off constant throughout the year to finish this up and get it out to some lucky lady or gentleman who would love to write in it and have it in their collection. So love you all very much. We'll talk very soon. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye-bye.